Welcome back to Shoot the Messenger. I'm your host, Dramatic, and today we're going to talk about politics as usual. The world's kind of flipped on its head right now. Everybody seems to be talking about the same damn thing. If it's not Epstein, it's Iran. If it's not Iran, we have all this other stuff all over the news that people can soak up. This is a weird place we're in right now because it feels manufactured. Okay, like I've always been one of those people that's a little skeptical of things, but right now things feel manufactured. They don't feel real. There's a lot of coded language. There's a lot of bad actors, and the way that fake news has kind of just become a marketing strategy has really spun things out of control. The reason I wanted to do this podcast today was I wanted people to understand the whole goal of politics, of government, of all of this is to get the red and the blue to fight each other. Okay. It's just like Bloods and Crips. This is literally the same thing. They want everyone to fight, they want everyone to be distracted. And as long as we fight amongst ourselves, we'll never actually be able to pinpoint what the real problem is. And I know we've all heard that somewhere along the way, but it's real. And that's the problem. Like, what does it mean to be truly independent? I feel like I'm truly independent. I can hold Trump accountable when he does bad things. I'm not going to be biased because I'm a conservative. Or I'm not going to pretend that bad, sick stuff's not happening when it is. But you see the right, MAGA, protecting him when they know they shouldn't. And if you ask somebody on the right side, why? If Trump gets exposed for being an Epstein connection and he's an asset or he's a friend or in that circle, why would you forgive him for that? Oh, because he's the lesser of the evil. The lesser of the evil? What does that even mean? I mean, we're at a point now where we're just trying to figure out what is going on. And now people are going to be like, oh, well, this person's vile, this person's vile, but I think that person's the less vile person. I mean, why can't you just go, you know what? I figured it out. They're all dirtbags. They're all scumbags. Every single one of these people is in on it. We've been duped, but people aren't doing that. People don't see that. And for someone like me, it makes me feel like I'm in the twilight zone because at what point are people going to wake up and go, wait a second, am I being tricked into hating my counterparts for political purposes? Of course you are. Of course, I mean, you have to be dumb to not think that. And don't get me wrong, I meet a lot of Democrats that aren't so bright, okay? And I meet a fair amount of Republicans that aren't that bright either. So when I ride in the middle as a truly, truly independent person who can think for myself, I feel alone. Like, I don't feel like there's anybody else out there that actually feels what I feel, thinks what I think, knows what I know, does their own research, knows what's going on because they just watch the news. And what news station do you watch? Well, you watch your team's news station, right? So if you're a left, if you're a Democrat or liberal, you're going to watch what? CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, right? All of your Democratic media outlets. But you already know that that's all fake news and all bullcrap and all biased to what your views are. And then if you're a Republican, what news station are you going to watch? Oh, you're going to watch Fox, right? Exactly. Of course you are. Why? Because it entertains your purpose, right? This whole circus act that's going on, people need to realize that you're just being programmed by a television. Okay? Learn to think for yourself. I mean, if Trump's going to do bad things and we find out that Trump did all these bad things, I don't want to see other conservatives that I respect coming out and saying, oh, well, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. If he's doing bad things and he's vile, then no, it's not okay. He needs to be held accountable like everybody else, just like the left. And now I'm not just pointing finger at MAGA because right now I've noticed MAGA can be a little delusional when it comes to Trump. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about right now is both sides. I mean, if you were to say, like, here's a great example. When Clinton was on her deposition, all you could hear from the left was, where's Orange Face? How come Trump's not on trial? No one wants to hold their own side accountable and go, oh, well, this isn't about Trump right now. This is about the Democrats. This is about Hillary and Bill and being connected to Epstein, and actually Hillary being really close to Ghislaine, her daughter being close to Ghislaine, and then Bill actually being close to Jeffrey. So if anybody wants to play dumb on that, go ahead. But it's a whole family, okay? It's not just Hillary. It's Hillary, Bill, her daughter, and all of her counterparts. He's very well in that circle. So play stupid if you want, but that is where you lose me. It makes no sense to me why you would stick up for some sick people just because it makes your side look better. I mean, what good does it do to go, oh, look, Hillary's getting in trouble? Well, what about Trump? What does that even mean? That sounds like something a first grader would say. What does that mean? You can't sit there and go, oh, well, it's not fair that my side's getting in trouble and their side. Dude, they should all get in trouble. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't pick sides. It doesn't have to be red or blue, left or right. Right in the middle with me. Come on. I'm trying to get everybody to come to the middle. Start thinking for yourself. We don't need a two-party voting system. Screw it. I'm over it. It's one big joke. Every single person involved is just a con artist. And at this point, they're all about money and they don't care. I mean, we're working for just a small little country out in the freaking Middle East. You know what I mean? Whatever Israel tells us to do, we're going to do anyway. I mean, why are we in Iran right now? Are we in Iran because the United States is like, let's go help the Iranian people? You think that's what happened? Or do you think there's a bigger picture to this? And that Israel's had a problem with Iran for a long time? And that maybe it's not our fight, but we're going to do it anyway because Trump, the puppet, is going to do what he's told, right? And when people see this, and they go, oh, this dude, I thought he was a conservative. Dude, I think for myself. You can't tell me how to act. You can't tell me what to think. Okay? If people are being bad, I'm going to hold them accountable. And you need to learn how to do that too. I'm talking to all of you at home right now. You need to listen. People need to wake up. This whole awakening thing, it's important. People need to see the bigger picture and they need a come to Jesus moment. Every single person on this planet. When I go through my Facebook and I watch these comments that people make, I can't even believe it. It's unbelievable. I mean, why? What is the point of sticking with the side and then finding out that your side's so evil, but this other side is just as evil? And then you going, well, if I compare the evils, then I feel like this is the lesser of the two evils, and that maybe I'm picking the right side. You don't have to pick a side, okay? I cannot stress that enough. So, for all of my independent thinkers out there, people that can do their own research, not just run with what they're told. I mean, we all see the shorts all day long. We see the reels, we see the TikTok reels and the Facebook shorts and the YouTube shorts. We see all that stuff. And then we go and we share it with our friends, and then we tell all of our friends, that it was gospel. We're like, dude, that's legit. That's true what we saw. You don't know that. You don't know that, okay? I produce content all the time. Some of it's AI, some of it's real. You don't know. And people think they know. But I could make right now, I could spend my entire job just making up fake videos for people to watch and trolling people and then making people think that these are political views or beliefs that aren't even real. So, no, I would never play that game. No, I wouldn't do that. But that's how easy it is. Fake news is taking over the world. AI is taking over the world. We're at a point now where people don't know what to think. There's so much misinformation that everyone's just confused. Everyone's cross-eyed, walking around in circles. It's like idiocracy in real life. So at what point are you going to go, you know what? You're right. These people are all bad. We need to figure out how to think for ourselves. And I don't know. I don't know if an uprising is necessarily the answer. I don't know if we need to take over the government. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying anarchies, but what do we do? What do you do when everything's monopolized? What do you do when all the people at top are controlling everything? You know, someone asked me one time, it would take a coordinated effort of everyone on the planet to like rule the world, all these families. Not true at all. You control the sectors, you control the banks, you control the main parts of the system, you control everything. So, no, you don't need an entire conspiracy to make something happen. It's just like when people say, you know, in sports, how could you throw a football game? How could you throw this? All the players would have to be in on it. No, they wouldn't. Just a referee. Just the main components of the pieces need to be controlled. Okay? Am I saying that they do that in sports all the time? No, that's not what I'm saying. My point is, things don't have to be some large coordinated effort or a conspiracy for it to be true. So many people at this point just do what they're told. They're good little sheeple, and they will stay that way. And I know ignorance is bliss. I know a lot of people just want to walk around with their head in the clouds and be happy, and I do not blame you. It's like my kids. I don't want my kids in politics. They shouldn't care about politics. I didn't care about politics when I was their age either. But at some point, you do care. And when you do care, you start to see the bigger picture. Certain light bulbs start to turn on, and you go, what is going on? So if you think that you can trust these people wholeheartedly, and that Biden has your best interest, and that Trump has your best interest, Hillary has your best interest, and that these people aren't all out for themselves, you're delusional. You're truly, truly delusional, and you have no idea what's going on. So until next time, this is Dramatic. Please, please, come to the middle. We don't need no left and right nonsense anymore. We're fighting over nothing. This is Shoot the Messenger. I'm Dramatic. I'll see you next time. Peace. We don't chase quick clicks, we dissect, sit with a while. The ballroom spin to the back room.